You know, one thing I just, don't comprehend is why people comment this shit. Nobody asked. Nobody cares. I don't need to know this information. I do not care for it. So, nobody asked, and go away. Thank you.
You're telling me that I have to come up with a solution all by myself to a problem that I created all by myself? Well, that's not fair.
We're randomly giving you one.
I feel that the term skinny shaming is very similar to the term all lives matter. Here's the thing about all lives matter. They're not wrong. All lives do matter, just like all bodies are good bodies. But Black and brown bodies are dying at the hands of cops. Black and brown bodies are discriminated against in the workplace. And therefore, because Black and brown bodies are discriminated against at a higher rate than any other body, we as a society decided to rally around these bodies and show support for them. Similarly, fat bodies are discriminated against in the workplace. Fat bodies are discriminated against in society. Fat bodies are not given the medical care that they need in doctors' offices. Because fat bodies experience this type of discrimination, we as a society have decided to rally around them by way of the body positive movement and support marginalized bodies. So yes, all bodies are good bodies. Skinny shaming exists, but right now, the body that I'm focused on protecting is the plus size one.
So, for those of you who don't know, Laura and I have been mutuals for over a year now, I think. And I'm so glad that I know her. She is such an amazing person. And one of the things that I really respect about her is that she uses her thin privilege, like this, to be an ally to marginalized bodies, specifically people who are larger. So if you don't follow her page, I think you should. She also debunks diet culture a lot, and I just love it. Now, why is it that every time I post a video replying to a comment where I'm not mean, I'm not rude, I'm not bullying them, it still gets removed for harassment and bullying when I'm literally educating the person who is ignorant and who is invalidating me and who is bullying me? Why is that? Why is that? I'd like to know, TikTok. I'd like to know.
People in comments being like, oh, it's all body positivity until someone chooses to lose weight, it's a personal choice, are starting to sound real similar to choice feminism right now. And it's very frustrating because body positivity is political. It's not a feeling, it's not an emotion. It's an anti-racist, anti-capitalist movement to fight the oppression of fat and other marginalized bodies. So you can choose to pursue weight loss. That's your freedom. But that's not liberation. That doesn't do anything to dismantle systemic oppression against fat bodies. And it's frustrating because they think that when we talk about things like choice feminism, we can talk about how just because women now have a lot more choices doesn't mean that those choices aren't still rooted in or upholding patriarchal values. But when we try to do that same thing with fat phobia and diet culture, y'all get so mad. And then you attack fat creators.
When are we going to stop allowing skinny people to claim they have body dysmorphia so they can be aggressively fat phobic as fuck? Because I'm so tired. The argument's worn out. People are allowed to be insecure. She's not fat phobic. She has body dysmorphia. The body positivity movement was made for all bodies. First of all, let's shift the conversation to body neutrality. Second of all, pretty sure movements are created for oppressed and marginalized people. You know, fat bodies, disabled bodies, trans bodies, people of color bodies, those bodies. And I highly doubt every fat phobic piece of shit has a disorder. Also, no one said disorders can't be problematic. Matter of fact, a lot are. So maybe, instead of using that as a defense mechanism to deflect the blame, try and unlearn it. Try and unlearn it. Just saying.
Now, this is nothing against her. I actually love her videos so much, but I looked through the comment section and I just want to say this out loud for people to understand. People who think that thin privilege doesn't exist, she is making this video, this food. Personally, I've never had Chick-fil-A, I live in Canada, but the fact that she can make this, she is thinner, like she's a thin body, okay? She is making this, and there's not one comment that is health shaming her, or fat shaming her, or like saying, ew, that's a gross meal, because she's thin. Whereas if I made anything remotely like this, I would have death threats, and people would be health shaming me. So that's what thin privilege is. And no disrespect to her, I love her videos. This is just a perfect example because it has decent popularity. But this is what thin privilege is. She doesn't get health shamed, and she doesn't get like food shamed. Hi, this is just like a friendly reminder that me, a fat person, creating my community and space to be for fat people is not like a community guideline violation, just so you know. So when I comment to people saying you're not welcome in my space, stop deleting those comments and also stop reporting them, because that's not a violation. It's called a boundary that I'm setting. And on the same note, me sharing a video educating someone about the body positive movement is also not a violation. Like, it's not bullying, it's not harassment. So me here replying to a comment that should not get deleted, yet it still does. So for those of you who don't think that fat phobia exists, well, it does. Fat people get silenced on this app every day, including myself. So become an ally or get the fuck out. Okay, thanks.
I can't think.